Hey, what's up, stock compounders? Brad here. So today I want to talk about Mohnish Pabrai's two stock holdings in Turkey. Okay, and the thing I'm using today in order to both identify those and look at some of the company financials is Ticker Terminal. No, I don't have any affiliation with Ticker Terminal. I first found out about it through Corner of Berkshire and Fairfax. And I've been using it over the last couple of weeks, and it's a really powerful tool. It's currently in the beta version, so there's no membership, there's no subscription fee yet. So I'll leave a link in the description. Like I said, I'm not an affiliate or anything. That link is actually from Corner of Berkshire and Fairfax. But if you like kind of the power of this Ticker Terminal, check it out. I highly recommend it. So, what are Pabrai's two holdings in Turkey? So, the way I found those, I went to Track Investing Gurus. That's one of the most powerful aspects of Ticker is the ability to look at guru portfolios, not just their US holdings, but global holdings. So I'm going to click on Pabrai Investment Funds. I'm going to sort by value of shares. Okay. So you see Micron, Heritage, those are well documented US holdings. You've got a South Korean company here and an Indian company. And then the next two on the list are from Turkey. Okay. You got RYSAS and RYGYO. Now, I'm going to look at RYGYO first because he bought that first. My best estimate is that he bought it in June of 2019, based on what he said in his recent Boston College lecture about how he bought at around a 30 million market cap. And I think in that video he says, he bought at a 30 million market cap knowing that the assets, the real estate that's owned by this company was worth somewhere between 300 million and a billion. Okay. So the market cap was a tenth of his low estimate of what those real estate assets are worth. So that's a pretty compelling investment situation right there. But let's go into this company. I want to look at a few of the financials. First of all, what is this company? So it's a privately owned real estate investment trust, a REIT that invests in the warehousing market. Okay. So let's pull a few of the financials that I just quickly wanted to understand. So the first one is operating income. What is the income over the last 12 months for this company from operations? So you've got 208 million, and this is in Turkish lira, okay? But they're all going to be in Turkish lira, so it doesn't really matter. So we've got an operating income of 208 million, and you can see that has gone up very impressively over the last 4 years, okay? So 208 million. Now, I also looked at enterprise value, okay? Because enterprise value is a really good estimate of what it would take to buy the whole business, okay? So I like to compare operating income, which is what was generated from operations, income that was generated from operations over the last 12 months. How does that compare to what it would take to buy the whole business, okay? So in order to get to enterprise value, I'm going to go to valuation. And you can see total enterprise value, we're at 2.2 billion, okay, Turkish lira. So that gives me, essentially that gives me the acquirer's multiple. Okay, the acquirer's multiple is enterprise value divided by the last 12 months of operating income. And that gives me an acquirer's multiple, basically 11, okay, which I like to see under 10. That's kind of my favorite scenario, is if I can get it under 10. But we're close here. And to be fair, Pabrai, like I said, bought this company at a 30 million market cap. It's currently at 128 million market cap. So it's gone up, more than 4 times since Pabrai bought it, somewhere around probably about a year and a quarter ago, sometime in June of 2019. So that is very impressive, that this investment has gone up over 4 times in less than a year and a half. I looked at revenue, so let's pull that up real quick. Revenue, and I want to look over the last 10 years. Okay, so revenue, we've gone from, what is this, 12 million to 248 million in 10 years. That's an annual revenue growth of 35%. Okay, revenue is doubling every 2 years with this company. So that is outstanding. Now, I also looked at equity growth. The equity growth rate is actually the book value per share growth rate, which also factors in the number of shares outstanding, has gone up 19% per year over the last 10 years. So very strong with revenue and equity growth. The one pause, I kind of have with this company is the net debt is 1.1 billion, okay, versus operating income of around 200 million, which means, if I could use all of that operating income to pay off the debt, it's going to take, 5.5 years. I don't like that. Okay, I like to see something under 3 years, ideally under 2 years, to be able to pay off that debt with operating income. So that does give me pause. There's quite a bit of debt for this company. It is a REIT, so you look at something like Seritage Growth Properties, and when you compare operating income to debt, this company is doing significantly better than a company like Seritage Growth Properties. So you've got to factor that in, and you really have to look at the debt in order to understand how risky it is with a company like this. So I'm not sure how to buy this company personally. I know I can't do it through TD Ameritrade. It's possible that I might be able to do it through Interactive Brokers, but my sense is that it's difficult for a U.S. investor to invest in Turkey. If anybody knows, if any of you are invested in Turkish companies from the U.S., definitely drop me a line in the comments. Let me know how you're doing that. So that's the first one I wanted to say a few words about, is RYGYO. The other one, let's look at the other one. So this is Pabrai's more recent Turkish investment. Let's take a look at what they do. So Logistics Solutions offers transportation, distribution, automotive logistics, warehousing. So this is actually the parent company of the company I just talked about, RYGYO. RYGYO is a subsidiary of this company, RYSAS. And I think this is a more recent purchase from Pabrai. And this company has gone, I think it's done even better than RYGYO. It's up nearly 5 times in the last year. Okay, so it's just gone gangbusters. Let's take a look at some of those similar numbers I was looking at for the previous company. So, the revenue growth for this is 12.4% per year over the last 10 years, which is strong revenue growth. It's nothing like the REIT that I was just talking about. but it's still strong. If we're looking at the operating income, 206 million, which is basically the same as the last company we looked at. The net debt is very similar, about 1.2 billion. So again, 5 to 6 years it would take to pay off the debt from operating income. And then enterprise value, we have just about 2 billion for enterprise value. So slightly under a 10 for the acquirer's multiple. But yeah, this is the parent company of that real estate investment trust, the warehouse REIT that we just talked about. So, pretty interesting stuff here. Like I said, I'm not going to dive too much deeper into these until I understand that I'm actually able to purchase them. If I can do that through something like Interactive Brokers, I probably will sign up for an Interactive Brokers account and do a deeper dive into these two companies. But I just wanted to give you guys a sense for what Pabrai is investing in Turkey, and just kind of give a couple high level data points from the financials there. If you guys know any more details about these two companies, what the investment thesis is behind these two companies, please let me know in the comments. It's awesome for me when I do kind of a video about different companies and you guys come in the comments and really expand my understanding. So help me out with that. I'd really appreciate it. But like I said, interesting stuff. Pabrai really seems to be going to these markets that aren't super accessible for U.S. investors. You've got South Korea. India can be difficult, certainly for U.S. investors. Obviously, Pabrai is from India, so he has, he understands a lot better what's happening over there than a lot of people. Turkey, of course. So kind of corners of the markets where it's much harder for the masses to invest, and it makes sense that's where he'd be finding these pretty dramatic mispricings when you can buy a company that has a 30 million market cap and the real estate owned by that company is worth 10 to 30 times as much. It's a pretty compelling value investment opportunity right there. But yeah, that's all I wanted to share, guys. Check out Ticker Terminal. It's good stuff. Again, I will link in the description, because you can't really get any information on these Turkish companies through Morningstar, through Value Line. It's really hard to get good financial information. And Ticker Terminal pulls from Capital IQ, so very powerful database of financials that this interface is tapping into. So good stuff there. All right, guys, I will leave it at that. Again, if you know anything about these Turkish investments from Pabrai, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you know. So as a group here, we can really expand our knowledge about this stuff. All right, guys, that's all I got. I will see you in the next video. Take care.